What's going on, everybody? We're back at it again like we never left. I'm Kason Traum with the Oklahoma Sports Network, Player of the Week. Today we have the man, the myth, the legend, Carson Cooksey. Now, let me just tell you before we jump into the introduction here, like this man, what do they say? I got ice water in my veins. Mr. Ice Water in the veins. Carson led an 85-yard touchdown drive for the win with 0.2 seconds left on the clock, drops back. The rest is history. Carson, what's going on tonight, man?
Nothing much.
Man, so yeah, let's jump into it. Blanchard, Tuttle, your quarterback, junior season. Like, it's a big rivalry. First, let's talk about that. What does this rivalry mean to you? Like, how deep and embedded are you in this rivalry?
I mean, it's pretty big. We know most of the people over there since we're so close to them, and we played them in baseball championship, and we played them in basketball. So there's a lot of people that have a lot in this rivalry, and we're glad we got to come out on top.
Perfect. I love it. I grew up in Lawton, and Lawton has the 3 schools, so we're very familiar with the rivalries as well. And like nothing gets better than a small town rivalry. Blanchard, Tuttle, football, Friday Night Lights. Like, what does that feel like?
I mean, it was awesome. There's a lot of people there. You got people all around the field because there's not enough room in the stands, and it's loud. So I mean, it was really fun.
So, a question for you. You see everybody out there. It's packed out, standing room only, junior quarterback for Blanchard coming in there. And you're walking onto the field. You got that hype music blaring. You're turned up. Like, what's going through your head as you step onto that field knowing how big of a game this is?
I mean, just trying to stay focused and just got to do your job and do what you got to do for your team to win. And, I mean, just try to block out all the noise and stay in the game.
I get that. I get that completely. All right, so let's dive into it. The score is 28-24. You're down. You got to go 85 yards. You have to, for the win, get a touchdown, score 6, ball game. Here you are. You walk onto the field. You're like, man, like we got to go 85 yards, boys. Like, what is something that you tell your offense in that huddle?
We just got to move the chains one first down at a time. Can't get it all back at one play. So just trying to get a good drive going, move the chains, and eventually get down there and put it in the end zone.
Okay, so you're moving the chains, you're getting down there, and there's a big pass interference call that led you closer to the goal line, right?
Yes, sir.
You see that happen, and you're just what? Are you licking your chops like, oh, this is our chance right here?
I was just thinking, man, we got to get this one in. I mean, call a good play and let's get it to one of our guys and let's go home with the win.
And so here we are. We have the clip coming up soon, but let's talk about it before we go into it. 0.02 seconds left on the clock. You get the snap, you drop back, you look, your boy, what's your man? Let's get the man a shout out. What's his name?
Jackson Lemonak.
5'11" receiver Jackson goes up,
Yep.
Big dime in the corner, high points it, gets knocked out, foot's in bounds, touchdown.
Yep.
Just like that is ball game. Everyone's going crazy. The crowd's going crazy. Half of them are super stoked. The other half is just like, I can't believe this just happened. No. And like, I've been on both sides. I'm sure you've been on both sides. After that touchdown, your man goes up. Like, there's a still picture out there somewhere, and he's just up there, and he just grabs it. Like, you see that? Like, what is your first reaction? Like, what is your first thought?
I was just hoping he held on to it. I knew he caught it, but he got hit pretty hard. So I was hoping he caught it, and then I didn't know if he got a foot in. The ref took a little long to raise his hands. So, I mean, I was just crossing my fingers, and luckily he got it done.
I bet that seemed like slow motion, huh? You're like, come on.
Yeah, it did. It felt forever.
On an official's perspective, like on big plays like that, you definitely have to make sure, like, hey, let's get this call right. Like, this is a big moment. And
right.
So I imagine what was going through his head, but you're like, come on, man, let's get it.
Yeah, I was put them hands up.
Touchdown right there. Everybody can't see that's touchdown in football. And so walk away with the win, man. And so my question to you after that, after such a big, physically and emotionally draining game, what is something that you do to go home and decompress from that? Like, I mean, how do you come down from such a high?
I mean, right after the game, there's a lot of energy and everybody's so excited and celebrating with your teammates. And when you get home, it really kind of sets in what just happened. It was a big win, not only for our rivalry, but to put us at the top of our district, undefeated. So, I mean, it was a really big win for us, and just kind of watch the replays of it and just take it all in.
So talking about replays and thinking back to the game, I have my notes here. It says 21 of 33 for 275 and 2 touchdowns. So whenever you go back and look at that game, do you have like a out of body moment? Like, man, like that really just happened. Like, I can't believe that's me that I'm watching, like just slinging the rock, and that 85-yard drive. It's just, is that a surreal moment for you? What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, a guy from the Oklahoman tweeted it, and it got a lot of hype and a lot of views. So it was kind of just surreal seeing that everybody was, watching, and it was me and my team out there. So, I mean, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so let's get to know Carson Cooksey a little bit. What do you do outside of football? Like, who are you? What do you enjoy to do for fun? Do you work? Is it just school? Like, what's going on? Who are you?
Well, usually it's just school during football season, and we got practice, and then after, usually try to throw with some of the guys, get our chemistries up, watch film, hang out with them. We eat dinner 2 times a week together. So usually the week's pretty filled up with the guys, but I feel like it helps us on the field on Friday nights.
I feel that. And so I asked, who are you? One thing you can add to that title is Oklahoma Sports Network Player of the Week.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, 0.2 seconds on the clock, game-winning touchdown for the win in a big game rivalry. Carson Cooksey, thank you again for joining us tonight, man. Best of luck on the rest of the season. Hopefully we see you soon. And I'm Casey Truman with the Oklahoma Sports Network.